is up, guys? Welcome back to the Hellcat Swap S10 build. Now, as y'all can see, we got the RV behind. That means we're doing some traveling, going to events. Make sure to check out G2K on YouTube as well. That's our media channel. We're going to be covering some races this weekend. But nonetheless, man, we got some S10 Hellcat Swap content for you. So this is episode 7, man. And on this episode, we got the Firewall getting mocked up and welded. We got the motor coming in and out a bunch of times. We also got some scales from a buddy of ours, so we're going to be scaling the truck, weighing, seeing what the weight ratio is, and we got a surprise for you guys, something that has to do with the suspension. So let's check it out. So next step is we're going to scale the truck, see how much this engine weighs. A lot of you guys have been chiming in the comments and very curious as to what this engine weighs or what this whole front end weighs. So we're going to go ahead and scale the truck. 2 reasons why we're scaling it. We want to know obviously the weight of what we're looking at right now, and as opposed to what's in the back, that whole weight ratio. But second of all, we ended up winning from TRS their long travel suspension kit. So AFCO Big Guns, man, thank you to Jeff Thomas. We're gonna have long travel on this truck. So that's the 2 reasons why we're doing what we're doing and going ahead and scaling the truck. So all this suspension is coming out and we're gonna have long travel on this puppy, man. So it's gonna be even better for the street, no prep, long travel on the S10. So all this is gonna come out. So I don't have any actual scales at the moment, but we're gonna head over to my buddy's place. We're gonna borrow his scales and come right back and start mocking all this up. So I love the race car community, love the race car friends. Everybody's got a part. If you don't have it, somebody does, and you know, sharing is caring. So awesome. Get these scales, see what it's gonna weigh. And just like that, we're back at the shop with the weights. So unfortunately, my buddy thought we were only gonna scale the front of the truck, which I wanna scale the whole truck. So he only had the 2 front ones. He's gotta find the other ones. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and put them in the front, take out the jack stands, see what she weighs. I've gone ahead already and put these little 2x4s back there on the back tires, almost to level out the vehicle. You know, probably be off 20 pounds plus or minus. Front end is on. I'm gonna incorporate for whatever the weight the radiator would be, but like I said, I'm probably gonna move the radiator to the back. So yeah, this is as close as we're gonna get to see what she weighs, man. We took it off the jack. She's on the scales. Let's see what she weighs. Oh boy, she's a heavy one. She is a heavy joker. So now that the front has been weighed, we're gonna go and test the back, see how much our back weighs. We've already seen what we got back here. A couple nitrous bottles, 18-gallon fuel cell, 3-gallon fuel cell, battery, and the radiator will probably be mounted somewhere back up in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and lower this on the ramps and see what we got on the scales. All the tension is relieved. And in real time, no editing, we're gonna see what the back weighs. So we are 1248 on the back. All right, guys, so we've gone ahead and scaled the truck. Obviously, I would have wanted it to be all 4. Maybe we do all 4 in the next video, but on this video, we were scaled the truck. We've seen that it's 1,200 pounds in the rear, 12 and change, almost 1,700 pounds in the front once we put, you know, missing grill and stuff, miscellaneous stuff that's gonna go in the front. But yeah, we're gonna have to definitely run a lot of bias in the back to make this hook, especially with the weight in the front. So, I mean, we weighed it, scaled it. Now we know what springs are gonna work in the front. At least we have an idea of what we're gonna have to order. But look, it's not even squatting. It's there on the ground. All 4 tires on the ground. And you can see there's still clearance, even though There's probably like a 700 plus motor, not only 700 horsepower, but 700 plus pounds on that front. So at this point, all that's left to do is pull the motor back out, start mocking up the firewall and stuff, making that all look pretty. So I know we were saving the scale of the truck on the next video, you know, all four corners, but now we were able to do it because my buddy ended up finding his other scale. So now we're gonna go ahead and put all four scales on. Everything that basically is gonna run in the front is there for now. And we got her on all four scales right now. We've gone ahead, we don't have the harness yet, but we grabbed the old Holly harness that we have pulled out, dropped it right there because it's definitely gonna go under the dash. We got the radiator back here where we're planning to mount it off the cage. Yeah, we're on all four scales. Basically all the sheet metal that we're gonna have on this truck is on. Most likely we're running a fiberglass front bumper, so that's not gonna be too much weight. And the only thing we're missing is the ice intercooler tank that's gonna be back here with the lines, and obviously fluid in the motor and all that good stuff. But yeah, we're gonna check out for the first time what she weighs on all fours. And this is what we got. She's 2,920 pounds, give or take. So I would say with fluid and the stuff missing, probably 2,950 without me in it. So the truck's gonna be somewhere probably around 3,150 with me in the truck. But yeah, that's what we got. That's what she weighs. And let's see what the ratio is. So we are real heavy in the front, 57%, and 42 in the rear. So there's a difference of maybe around 400 pounds that we're gonna have to eventually shift back here or run in order to get this more into the 50-50. We want it to be heavier in the rear, so I mean, we might have to put more poundage. We just gotta see once I'm in it, see what kind of weight distribution that goes to the back. But I'm gonna go ahead and sit in it and see what it is with me in the truck. So I'm ready to get in it and see exactly what this is gonna weigh with me in the truck. So even with me in it, man, we're still close to under 1,000 pounds, or maybe close to 1,000 pounds less than what they weigh in like a Charger or a Hellcat Challenger. So man, it's definitely gonna rip. So we went ahead and took off the front cap, and now we realize that it weighs about 130 pounds less. So that front end on it is 130 pounds. So for people who say that, you know, front end doesn't make a difference on this particular situation that we have here, running no front end on this car, we're basically dropping 130 pounds. And without the front cap, we're weighing just shy of 2,800 pounds. Obviously with fluid and stuff in the motor, it'll probably be right over 2,800, but that's what we're weighing without me in the vehicle. So to be honest with you, I don't know about how I feel about putting 500 pounds in the back. I might just run this with no front end or go with an aluminum radiator support, the one that they make. I think Rhodes Race Cars makes one. Maybe have to figure out, I'm probably getting some lightweight, Featherlight fiberglass parts. I don't know yet. Definitely probably not running a hood, just to see. I mean, this is a trial and error type of thing. I knew that this motor would be heavy in the front, be like an anchor. So hopefully I get this boat to set sail and get the proper bias and weight ratio to make it happen. So we went ahead and removed the blower off of it. You can see how much a firewall repair we're gonna have to do. But also check this out. We are 100 pounds lighter, roughly, to what it was with the blower on. So we can confirm that the blower is roughly 100 pounds. As you can see, a huge difference without the blower. So guys, now that we have weighed the truck and we know exactly what it is with me, without, with a front end, without a front end, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this motor out, pull the transmission out, take off the drive shaft, and we're gonna start addressing this firewall while we wait for our harness to get here. Speaking of harnesses, guys, we tried as much as we could, but obviously we went through different companies when we noticed that Holly was on back order until April 15th. And guess what? Every company that we called does not carry this Hemi harness. and computer. So technically we're gonna have to wait to April 15, but while we're waiting, we're gonna still give you guys a ton of content. We got the donk back there and all that good stuff, but right now we're gonna address this firewall and see if we could at least start making a mold for it and then cutting some sheet metal up and tacking it up and getting it going. All right, guys, so we gone ahead, pulled the motor out once again. I think this is the 4th or 5th time it's been in and out. We're gonna go and make sure we clean the whole area that we wanna cut out. It's been marked out already. And then we're gonna go from there, try to fab up a firewall for this joker. All right, guys, so then everything there is square, how it needs to be. And we're gonna go ahead and start mocking it up with some cardboard, little arts and craft project. So then we could transfer it over to the steel plate and then begin to weld it. So, yep, all part of the fun. Guys, so we did a little more trimming on the firewall. Now it's arts and craft time. I cut back another inch. So plenty of clearance for the transmission tunnel and all that good stuff. Pieces of cardboard, man, having fun like when I was a kid. You know, the only thing that is not good is the fact that this firewall is not completely flat. So it actually has that curve in there. So it might create a little more, might become a little more complicated than I thought. So I'm gonna go ahead and go halfway with it because I'm gonna have to 45 something there. And then, like I said, I gotta make that bracket for the steering column work somewhere in there. So I might start cutting up some metal, welding some stuff on, tacking it there in place, probably sitting the motor back in, making sure that, you know, the clearance stays true, you know, to what we already had measured, and, you know, that's what it's gonna be. So we went ahead and got this, and voila, just like TV time, just like that. There we have it. I got it tacked in place there a little bit. You guys are getting the idea. You guys are getting the picture of what I'm trying to do here. Starting to look like something started to cover up that hole. Like I said, this side is gonna be quite of a challenge, so we'll see how far we get with it. Okay, guys, so we did a little more arts and craft, and like I said, don't blame me, don't shoot the messenger. It still doesn't look 100% because, like I said, it's just all tacked in and more or less welded, but that's what we're looking like. I still need a little piece to go right here, one down here, one off the side to cover it all up. But yeah, man, she's looking mighty fly. So firewall is set in, just needs to be fully welded. But before I fully weld it, I'm gonna make sure that I put the motor back in and make sure we have all that clearance that we need and nothing else needs to be adjusted. And if we're good to go, then I'll pull the motor back out and we'll do a final weld on it. Now, as you remember, this is the TRZ column bracket for the steering column. And that now is probably gonna go right here. Gotta make the hole for it and put that there. So we just gotta see exactly where that's gonna be, man. But for the most part, guys, the firewall is in. Just needs a final weld. But she sure looks good, man. I'm excited and happy. Looking good. A home built hot rod right now, and the firewall's looking real sharp. This needs to be finished off. We scaled the truck so we know exactly what shocks and springs we need for the front, at least the spring rate that we're gonna need for the truck. She's a heavy girl, man, so we're gonna figure that out as well, see how much, you know, weight we have to switch around and move around. But hey, it's coming along. Firewall's done. You know, it is what it is, man. So guys, appreciate you all for watching. Love God, love family, love racing. And I'll just catch you guys on the next one, man. Later.